Hello, kumusta?
Oh, big bloody Murray carp fish. You beauty. Oh, he's just... And the weather has really turned it on today. It's absolutely bloody perfect. I'm not going to get too excited because... Oh, he's a bloody good one. Welcome back everyone, Josh here. Today we've headed out to a small creek out west. I've got the boss with me.
Hello, kumusta?
Hopefully she brings me a bit of luck because I haven't had much luck with the yabbies yet. We are heading down to the main river, throw a line in, see if we can't catch a yellow belly or two. Most likely carp, as you know. But on the way past, we've stopped into this smaller creek. And I'm hoping that being a smaller, bit shallower water, it might have warmed up enough for the yabbies to come out. And I do have a line in already. I didn't bring any traps. We've maybe got a line or two each here if they're going to bite. First thing I'm going to do is just get the one rod in and see whether we're going to get anything at all to start with. We'll go down, we'll have a bit of a look at this hole while we're here. I've got the boss there keeping an eye on the rod. It's only been a couple of minutes. There hasn't been anything biting on it yet, but it's early days. And this is a nice looking hole actually. We've got a nice little log going across the water here. I definitely, if we don't get anything today, I think we'll have to definitely come back in a couple of weeks. And I'm not terribly hopeful because it's actually really been cold again. We've had a bit of a hot run and now it's got cold again. I literally had to have a jumper on all morning while I was working, so that's how cold it is. We got a shag out here on the log. Don't fall in there, there's crocodiles.
There's bird shits.
We're going to throw in the towel here. We've given it a good 15 minutes or so and not a single even looks like a bite, so it's worth a try. It's probably been about 10 days since I come yabbying last time, and we only got the one last time. I possibly would get one or two if we stayed here for ages, but if they're not really biting, we're sort of really just wasting our time. So keep moving along, go and see what we can find. We've made it to our next location. This little spot here, there will be quite a few locals that know about it. I'm not going to give away where we are, but I'm guessing there's some people watching that will know. It's a very well used spot. I'm just sitting here looking, I can see at least probably 10 carp swimming on the surface. But it is a bit of a hot spot for yellow belly. There's a weir up the river, which I think they can't get past. And this is the first big deep hole back from the weir. And they tend to congregate in here. And when they're on the bite, they're on the bite. But I don't know how well you're going to make it out. There's a big, dirty big carp swimming on top of the water right there in front of us. But just give you a bit of a look. It doesn't smell very nice down here. Got dead carp everywhere. A few there, another one there. There's a whole bloody pile of them here. What are you doing? You swap rods? I'm going to slip up the car for 2 seconds, grab the head mount. Oh! Got one?
Yeah.
Oh, she's got one. You beauty. Knocked me rod off. It's only a dirty carp. Here, I'll get him off for you if you like. Dirty little carp. Not what we want. I get sick of catching these bloody things. Oh. Yeah, go up there, get the head mount, come back, and she's caught a bloody fish on my rod. Oh, I've got to get him before he gets back. God, look at the bloody carp here on the water, would you? Unbelievable.
Went straight to the car.
Yeah. I think last time we were here, We're using little yabbies for bait, and I think that's probably the go. The carp tend to leave the little yabbies alone, and the yellow belly love them, so. But we haven't got that option today. I'm going to deal with the little worms. Carps love them. Everything loves them, so. Something having to go up my rod. It's mucking around with it, whatever it is. A big yabby. No, it's a big fish. I've got him. Oh, and he's spat it. That was a good sized fish, that. Don't know what that was. Don't say you got a fish.
Yeah.
I'd turn around and bait a bloody hook up and she caught a fish on me. Is fish or snag? It's not pulling.
I don't know.
I think you got a snag fish.
A snag fish.
Oh.
How can you grab it?
Yeah, you take your rod. Yeah, that's a carp. Hey. All carp. Oh, there's yellow belly in here when they're biting. It's probably obviously not right at the moment. We've moved spots once again. It was just getting a bit too hot down there. The sun was beating down, there was absolutely no shade, and all we're doing was getting smashed by carp. So we're starting to head back, and there's actually a couple of spots that I want to try on the way back, just depending on how much time we get. But we're at the first spot, and check this out. It's actually a nice spot. Now this particular little spot isn't very well known. It's a fairly quiet spot. I don't know whether you're going to be able to tell it. The banks are fairly treacherous. You can tell by there's no dead carp laying around, there's no rubbish. It's a fairly quiet sort of a spot. You got a bite, have you? Oh, I have. There you go, I got a bite. Oh, I do too. Oh, we're both on. I'll put you up on the head mount. There's something definitely having to go up my rod.
You know that hotel that we will stay?
Oh, got him that time, got him. Keep the pressure on him. He doesn't feel very big. Oh, yes. Yellow belly or silver?
Silver.
Silver perch.
Is that alright?
No. I guess it's alright. It's good to see him here, but they are protected, so we can't keep him. They've been catching a lot of these silver perch. I don't know if you remember a few videos ago, we got onto a heap of them. It would be a legal size if it wasn't protected in this particular creek, but it is. And he's actually a really stocky, good sized little silver perch. But we don't want the silver, we want the gold today. There he goes. Got him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, you let him go.
It's not.
That didn't look like a carp either, the way that was fighting. It didn't come to the top. Bring it over and I'll put some fresh worm on for you.
That was heavy.
She's on straight up. She only just threw it out. I was baiting my rod up. We'll keep the pressure on him. Seemed like a pretty good fish too. I'll get the net ready for you. What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, big bloody Murray carp fish. You beauty. Oh, he's just realised he was hooked, I think.
What is it? Murray carp fish?
Oh, big Murray carp fish. I think that's our third. Another carp. One thing's for sure, we're definitely thinning the carp out this week. A little nibble. I'd nearly bet you this is another one of those little silver perch. You can almost tell because they just sort of nibble at it. Oh no, it's a big Murray carp fish. I thought he was going to be another one of those silvers, because those silver perch, they sort of just nibble, pick at it, which is what it seemed like he was doing. And anyway, we'll dispatch this fella, and I think we're going to give it a little bit longer. Oh, you got a Murray snagfish. Yeah. You're good at catching them. We're on the move today. We've actually moved spots once again. This is spot number 4 for probably 4 hours. We're doing all right back there, getting plenty of bites, but I wanted to leave myself enough time to check this place out. Somewhere that I've driven past a lot of times, never actually pulled in, and it's probably not going to be the best fishing spot. I just wanted to come and have a look, see if there's much yabby activity, like holes and what it looks like. And I tell you what, looks like a bloody top spot. I think we're just a little bit early. Have a go at that for a big old tree. Always have good luck near these big old gum trees. And have a look at this for a yabbieing hole. Bloody absolute magic little spot. Now I'm not too hopeful of getting a yabby, but I've got a bit of meat in the water just here. Got my rod. Eileen does have a worm on her rod, because although this is only a little billabong water hole, this creek actually does flow into the main river, and it's not that far, so the yellow belly swim up, obviously the carp, and I'd nearly guarantee there'd be spangled perch in here. Yeah, I'm just looking at the banks. I don't know how well it's going to show on camera, but it's just riddled with yabby holes all through here. You can see where Eileen's sitting there. It's probably not going to show the best because it's shadowed, but all along the waterline there's yabby holes. Over on that bank, yabby holes. And that wind's blowing up, so I think we'll leave it there unless we get something. If we don't get anything, we're going to probably head to the next spot, which won't be today, be tomorrow. Got a yabby on. We'll get down here and see if we can't get him. I don't want to lose him because they're getting a bit hard to come by at the moment. I don't think he's a monster, but oh, got him. You beauty. He's definitely no monster, but he's definitely a yabby. You reckon we keep him and keep going, or
yeah,
you
okay,
had enough and you want to come back another day?
I don't know, it's up to you.
She'd only just packed up a rod because she had a worm out there trying to catch a fish. Wasn't having much success. I reckon we put him in the bucket and we'll give it 10 more minutes.
Okay.
I'll put a bit of meat on her rod. If we haven't got one in 10 minutes, then we'll bail out. Okay. And what I think I'll do, since I actually have got one here, I might bring the traps back and leave them set like for a full day. I reckon we'll probably do all right. Okay. Well, it's the next day and I just couldn't help myself once again. I've come back out to this spot that me and Eileen were at yesterday just because it looks so bloody good. And I just had to throw some traps in here and really give it a good test out. And the weather has really turned it on today. It's absolutely bloody perfect. Another 10 degrees hotter and I reckon this place will be going off. What I've got in here is some dog biscuits and a lamb bone in each trap already baited up. And I am going to give this place a really proper go in the fact that I'm going to spread the traps right out. I did throw this trap in that went upside down, so we'll go for another go. Beauty. It's fairly shallow there, but I'm thinking that's probably a good thing. I think the smart thing to do is put one right there. That's about the exact spot that I got that yabby yesterday. So at the very, very least, hopefully that one yabby might go back into the trap. I don't know how we're going to go for this run, but I can probably guarantee you one thing. I'll be definitely coming back here and sitting with a line at a later date when it warms up a bit more. And I think it looks just way too good out on the edge of these weeds. I'm not even too sure what they're called. Some sort of water weed. Looks too bloody good along here not to put a trap at the end of it. I'm not going to walk up in there today. It's getting a bit thick, but I think we've got a fair spread. Just looking from this angle of the dam, it actually looks even better. Take you off the head mount so I can give you a proper look. The habitat here is absolutely perfect. Water weeds, shallow area. We've got another little back run up into there. Some bulrush, grassy banks, muddy slopey banks, yabby holes everywhere. We're back, and I've actually picked up a cameraman. There was someone hitchhiking down the road. I picked them up, said, you want to jump on the camera? I might give you a yabby or two. They were in for it. So we've got Billy on the camera there, which makes it easy for me, and it'll probably be better for you. So don't forget, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I've got to pay this cameraman 2 yabbies an hour. We might as well start round on this side. We'll work back around. Oh yes, 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 yes. 1. That's better than bloody none. At least I can pay me cameraman. He's a little bit slimy, but he's going in the bucket. And I'm going to put some fresh meat in this trap too, and we're going to leave it overnight. We've got one now. I'm nearly reckon, what is it now, about 2:30, 3 o'clock? I nearly reckon really late afternoons when they're going to come out, because it's sort of just getting hot now, isn't it, in the sun? So he can go in the bucket for a start. Make sure he's got no eggs. No eggs, good sized nippers on him too. Ooh, it's gonna be good tomorrow. I'll whack some more bait in, we'll head over to the next one. Trap number 2. The cameraman was just telling me they want at least 2 yabbies for holding the camera. I'm afraid, cameraman, you might be going to go hungry. This is the trap that we got that one on the line right here yesterday. I thought he might have come back, but he hasn't. Nothing again. I'm not going to talk myself up this time because we haven't even got enough to pay the cameraman yet. But this looked like the better spot. And lucky last trap. I'm sort of thinking, no. I was thinking this one might have done all right, but it didn't. Well, we'll leave these set overnight, I think. I don't often do it. It's borderline a waste of time with these traps. But I think how docile they are, we're going to give it a shot. Another bloody perfect morning down here this morning. It's reasonably early. Probably about 8 o'clock by now, I guess. And we'll go and have another run. See if overnight does the trick. We're about to find out. And doesn't look good. Five traps, one tiny little yabby. He's going to go back. One tiny little yabby. And he's actually freezing. That water must be bloody cold. I can feel him in my hand. He's like ice. Grow a bit bigger, little fella. I'm not going to cook up one yabby again. He's a bit slimy. You can see how docile they are. It's just still too cold. I'll sit him there in the sun. We've done a complete 360, done the full lap. I've got a couple hours spare, so I thought I might as well come out to the spot where me and Eileen very first came at the start of the video. It just looks so bloody good. We actually had a fairly warm night last night, and it's pretty warm today, so hopefully that's a bonus. I've already got a few lines out. I'm just going the old meat on a string trick with one little secret. I'm not going to let that out just yet. We're going to see if it works. Anyway, let's head down and we'll check the lines. And I've got them strung out fairly well. I've basically only just set them out. I did see a big black snake up on that far line. He crossed the creek and he's ended up in this grass somewhere, so we'll just have to keep an eye out for him. I didn't get him on camera because I wasn't actually filming putting the lines out. I probably should have left that bloody thing in the car, because as soon as you bring the bucket out, it gives you bad luck. Oh, there's one on there. He doesn't feel real big, but there was definitely one on there. I felt him pull back. They might be coming on. Oh baby. I'm not going to get too excited because, oh, he's a bloody good one. You're kidding. Look at him. He doesn't want to come up. Oh, he didn't feel that big. He looked fairly big. He is. Oh, he's not even going to fit in the net, I betcha. I might have to go and get me bigger net. Oh, you beauty. You little Rudy. Oh, and I've lost me meat somewhere there. I'll have to try and find that because I only brought a couple of little bits of meat. Oh, you bloody ripper. Oh, yeah. Straight up. I'm not going to get too excited because the last couple of times I've only caught one yabby straight up and then nothing. But he is a nice one. I probably really want to try and find that meat. I'll cut you off for a second and see if I can't find it, because I only brought a couple of little bits of meat. I've seen it flick down in the grass here somewhere. And there it is, look. How lucky is that? I'll get that and tie it back on. I'm pretty sure he actually had that in his mouth, not in his nippers. Oh, that was a bit of excitement. I'll get this tied back on. We'll go and check the next one. And look at the little bits of meat I've brung. You watch, they're going to be biting today. I'm going to have no bait. And I told you the season was going to get better, didn't I? Absolute bloody beauty. Now I've got to remember where I put these lines. There's one here somewhere. And we've got one on here too, do we? No. Nothing on that one. It was probably a fluke. I might just keep these going. They're spread out fairly well, but I think we'll get around. We've got one here. Check this out. I think we got one here. That line was just tight. It loosened up as I walked up on it. Oh yes. Feels like something decent too. It's definitely a yabby. God, he feels like he's got some weight, or there's a couple on there. There's a couple. A big stick. That's why there was a lot of weight. Yeah, another two. Another two. We'll take that. Not bad for the first check. Get that one back out. Not monsters, but I'll take it. Just make sure we've got no eggs. No eggs. Oh, look at that. I probably should put a bit of grass in with that, because that big fella's going to chew them up. What have I got? 1, 2, 3. The other 3 are down on the other side. And the snake come over into this long grassy area, so I'll just make a bit of noise. Oh yes, we've got one here too. Look at this. They're on. They're definitely on. Definitely on. At least we're going to get a snack today. At the very least. Eileen's going to be spewing. She was keen as for a few yabbies to eat. And I'm going to have to cook them up and eat them for her. I tell you what, they don't want to come in today. It'll take me time. I'm going to have to get behind him. I probably should have brought me bigger net. This little thing's a pain in the butt. Oh, you beauty. Not a monster, but definitely not small. Well and truly big enough to throw in the pot. God, if they're going to be on like this, it's not going to take us long at all. This one doesn't look very good. This is where Mr. Joe Blake was. He was just working his way along this bank. This doesn't look very promising. Oh, yes. It doesn't look it, but there is one on there. And I don't know whether it's that bait that works. I might give you a rundown of it later, what I done. Oh, yes. Not going to take too long, I can tell you. You beauty. God, that's bloody good for a first run. I'm going to have to get some grass in this bucket. Where was this next line? Oh, we got one up here too. I thought last night being so hot, it might have brung them on. They're going off. You can see that oil coming up. That's coming off the bait. I'll give you a rundown later of what I actually done. Oh, here's another good one. Another beauty. He doesn't want to let it go either. Probably didn't even need the net for him. Yeah, beauty. That is a nice eaten one. Nice, hard, dark, clean yabby. Beauty. It's only been probably another 5 minutes at the very most. This line here has gone... Oh, there was one on there. Dumbass. I was going to say that line's gone quiet because I was sitting there while I was having a rest watching it. And it didn't move at all, but there was one little fella on there, which is a good sign. He was too small anyway, I would have let him go. Now I've got a few in here. Now there's a line here somewhere. Ooh, doesn't look very promising either. No, we'll move him over there a bit. I tell you what, that first run was a bit bloody hectic. Now they're gone quiet. Hopefully the other end of the hole's gonna shake. Oh no, there's something on here. There's a bit of weight on it too. He must have been just sitting on it. Must have been just sitting on it, the big fella. He's not big, but he's not small. I'm gonna take it for now. I'll take it if it doesn't have eggs and it's big enough to eat for now, and we'll sort him out. I think I'm only gonna have to do this one more run because I actually come prepared today because I wasn't expecting to get too much. Definitely got something else on here. Look at this. You beauty. I can see that next line's going off too. Ooh. Just heard something in the grass there then. Look at him. Oh! A bloody yabby right on the bank here. They're coming out today. Come on. Straight in the net. Not huge, but a good little eater. Nice and clean. I can see this next line. Well, I was going to say this next line looked like it had something on it. Yeah, it's moving. It's moving. Well, I thought it was. Bloody dreaming now. Come on. Definitely something on here. Definitely something on here, I'll guarantee you that. Oh, he feels a bit bigger, this one, unless there's a couple. No, it's a couple. You beauty. Two. Back into getting two a throw. That makes up for that last line. Come on, get out of there. Just got back here. I was nearly thinking that's probably going to be enough for today for what I wanted to do, but this first line's definitely got something on it. And he feels a bit bigger. No, oh no, it's still only that little fella. We'll let him go. Let him have it. What I will do, tip them all out, get rid of all that grass, and we'll have a look at them. That was an absolute bloody ripper of a little run, that was. I'm going to take him, Take him, definitely take a new pair. I think we're probably going to keep them all. What have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's really soft. Oh, you nearly had me too. I was going to let you go, you little bugger. This one here is really soft. So he's going back. So is he. He's really soft. He's going back. This one here is not. He's nice and hard. That one there is going to be full of meat. You can tell by how dark they are. He's going in there, and so is that fella. That's all we had. So we ended up with a few in there. I'm going to get these processed. I think we're going to get them on the grill. I'm just going to give them a couple of minutes to heat up a bit, just so they're a lot easier to peel. Like I said, I'd come prepared today and I wasn't mucking around with it. Got a nice big T-bone. Oh, yeah, beauty. Straight on the cast iron, a little bit of seasoning. A little bit of seasoning, look at that for a hunk of goodness. Nice butter, really hot pan. I'm going to crank it up a bit actually. Get a nice sear going. While I'm giving that a few minutes, might even put those nippers down into the juice. Let them marinate. Oh, if you could smell that. Give that a few minutes on each side. In the meantime, I reckon these are going to be cooled down enough. I'll get these fellas peeled out. We better have a look at Mr. T-bone. Oh, look at that. See? If that doesn't look good, I don't know what does. Oh, my goodness me. I think I'm going to outdo myself again. Top it off, a bit of freshly chopped onion. The old yabbos might as well join the party. This is all going on. I'm actually going to just add a little bit more seasoning to those fellas, because why not? I reckon that steak's probably nearly getting there. Oh yeah, he looks good on that side. I really don't want to overdo this steak today, because although I do like things overdone a little bit, I think a beautiful T-bone like that, I reckon that's going to do him. We'll let him rest. And I think I'm going to let him rest in here where there's no flies. I'll just shut that carefully so I don't end up with dirt all over it. Give him a few minutes to rest while we sear up our little yabby toppers. And what a change just a few degrees in temperature makes. I could have run up and down there for another hour or so and absolutely got a big feed, but I think I'll just keep this spot, and we're going to have to bring the kids out here. Josie's been hanging out. She's been up me every day to go yabbying. I keep telling her, no, they wouldn't be on yet, but I think we might bring her out. We can't this weekend because we've got a special trip coming up this weekend, but probably next weekend we'll bring her out. They'll be well and truly on by then. We'll definitely get her a feed. Now, if that isn't a feed fit for a king, I don't know what is. We've got our big nippers, T-bone steak, topped with grilled onions, yabby tails, and some fresh garden salad. Actually picked that out of our garden. And we better not forget the most important part, and I think I'll cook that steak to absolute perfection. It's not overdone, still nice and juicy. Onions are perfect. Nice and tender. I don't even know why I brought this crap. It can stay out here. Bloody leaves. What was I thinking? And there's the big yabby on the fork ready to go. I'll leave it here. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. We should have a good one coming up for you next week. It's currently Thursday, I think. We've got a trip planned for this weekend. Should be all right. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. Catch you on the next one.